Hello everyone, I am M Laxmkiant, your friend, philosopher and guide. Welcome back to WBCS for all. Today I'm going to tell you what to read in Indian polity, especially from Laxmkiant. So remember one thing, whatever book I have recommended in the previous video, I will just highlighting the important chapters which to read and which is more beneficial. Even my optional subject was political science, so you will get I have an overage on that particular subject, but definitely if you will follow the advice which will be given by me, I can guarantee you that most of the question come from that only. Okay, there's a little bit detail about me that I got rank 8 in CTU 2016. I worked as inspector BCW. I previously worked as LICDO. I got selection in CA, NTPC. Even you definitely, there's a request from you, join our channel, that is WBCS for all. There's a subscription button below the screen. Join the channel. Okay, so whenever I will make a video, you will get the information. Now let's move to Indian polity. Indian polity by M Laxmkiant is like a Bhagavad Gita for Indian polity. Okay, and so definitely you have to read this book, How to Excel Indian Polity. I am going to give you the very minute details of the book. Okay, now it is the part 1 of the book. It is the chapter, the historical background. Remember, you don't need to read the historical background. I have uploaded a 1 A4 size page, Acts of British India, that is from Regulating Act of 773 to Independence Act of 1947. You will get the entire summary of the chapter within 1 page. So download the note from WBCS for all from Facebook. Okay, making of Indian Constitution. Don't remember most of that thing. What I am saying, what you have to remember, that who was the head of the flag committee, who was the head of the drafting committee, how many members were there in the Constituent Assembly, which member hold the portfolio of what, when our constitutional national flag was adopted, the first meeting of Constituent Assembly, not more than that. Don't go in the details. Okay, silent futures of Indian Constitution. Read the future, every future, but make a notes and highlight the points only, means just the headings. Okay, preamble of the Constitution already explained by me in my first video, Union and Territory. I will make a separate video on that. Those chapter which has been written as at WK, these are the chapter which I will teach you in a single video. Means these are the chapter which can be finished in the single video. There are more than 20 chapters which I am going to finish in a single video of 20 to 30 minutes. Okay, so just read once from the book, and after that I think that my you can say video tutorial is sufficient for that. Okay, for citizenship, that particular fundamental rights. Okay, the fundamental rights is a very thick chapter. Just read the provisions of the fundamental rights. Okay, how many times it was amended, 5 important cases, Shankari Prasad, Golaknath, Keshavanand Bharti, Minerva Mills, or these are the 4-5 cases. Okay, Article 39 B and C overrides 14 and 21, 14 and 19. Okay, just remember these things. Okay, don't need to go into the details what were the fundamental, and like Article 14, equality before law and equal protection of law. Remember, equality before law was taken from England and equal protection of law was taken from America, and I will upload a video on fundamental rights also. DPSP, the same thing. Just go through the important article, whatever has been marked as WK, I will upload their notes within 1 page. Okay, fundamental duty, same thing. Remember 4 things. It was implemented on the recommendation of Swan Singh committee. Earlier there was 10 article, right? One is one article. It is part 4 of Indian Constitution. There is only one article. Okay, amendment of the Indian Constitution. Just go through that basic structure about this chapter. In what you have to read, I am saying, basic structure is a doctrine given by Supreme Court in Keshavanand Bharti case in 1973. According to that, Parliament can amend the fundamental right also without disturbing the basic structure. So what was basic structure? Court told that will depend upon the case to cases basis. Secularism, republic form of government, sovereignty are the few things which are related to basic structure. Nothing. Remember that these are the ideals which can't be amendment even by the you can say the amendment procedure of the Constitution. Okay, now let's move to chapter 2, system of the government, parliamentary system. Very thick chapter. Okay, I will also upload a video on that. Just went through the chapter once and twice. Federal system, that is the system of state government. If you went through the parliamentary system, federal system is a cakewalk. Center state relation, don't go in much detail, only remember Article 266 Consolidated Fund of India, 266 Public Account of India, Public Fund of India, 267 Contingency Fund of India, 112 Budget, Interstate Relation. Avoid this chapter. Emergency Provisions, I will upload a separate video on that. Read that, important. It is also an important chapter. Central Government, President, functions of the President. Okay, apart from that, impeachment, selection, the collegium or the vote, means you can say the who can vote, who cannot vote, Vice President in a single video, Prime Minister, avoid, Council of Minister, avoid, cabinet committees, avoid, Parliament. You can read, have a detail to the chapter. It is a very important chapter. It is one of the most important chapter. Okay, parliamentary committees, avoid it, parliamentary forums, avoid it, Supreme Court, just went through that, and the writ issuing power. What are the meanings of the writ? Like habeas corpus means you may have the authority, like that. Just remember there are 5 writs. CPM headquarters is the mnemonics. C for certiorari, P for prohibition, M for mandamus, H headquarter, H for habeas corpus, Q for quo warranto, nothing else. And what are the meaning of that? Okay, from where they can be applicable. After that, we will move to our next slide, that is state government. Governor, read the important provisions. CM, ignore. Council of Ministers, ignore. State legislature, just remember there are 7 states where there is bicameral legislation. Okay, rest you can ignore. High Court, read it. Subordinates Court, ignore. Special status Jammu and Kashmir, ignore. Statal provision of some states, ignore. Local government, Panchayati Raj, read it cordially. Remember the chronology of Balwant Rai Mehta, LM Singhvi committee, Ashok Mehta committee, when they came, which committee recommended 2-tier structure, which committee recommended 3-tier structure. Just went through that. Okay, municipalities you can ignore. There is no questions come from municipalities. Okay, union territories you can ignore it also. Schedule and tribal area you can ignore it too. In union territories, just read that there are 2 union territories which have their own legislature, that is Delhi and Puducherry. Read the important article and the amendment, like 69th constitutional amendment related to NCT of Delhi, etc. Now 7th constitutional body. I will complete the entire thing within one lecture, within the first lecture. Even my second lecture on polity, I will complete the entire thing. Okay, so just have an overview from Laxmikant. Now non-constitutional body, I will also try to cover this thing in one lecture. Okay, just have an overview. Okay, other constitutional, cooperative society, just remember in 97th constitutional amendment cooperative society was included. Official language, Hindi is official language. Public services, just remember UPSC, SPSC, important provisions article. Don't go into details. Okay, tribunals, ignore. Right and liabilities, ignore. Authority to text of the constitution, ignore. Special provision related to certain classes, you may go into the details. Okay, after that, next part, political parties. Just remember the process of state and national party. Which party is called national party, which party is called state party. What are the criteria? Okay, there are 6 political parties which are national party in India. Just name them. Elections, you can ignore this chapter. Electoral reforms, you can ignore it also. Anti-defection law, you can ignore. Pressure groups, you can ignore. National integration, you can ignore. Foreign policy, no need to remember the foreign policy. Okay, they don't ask in details. Working of the Constitution of India, not important. Now you are saying, sir, you are saying to ignore each and everything, then what is important? Now the important is here. The important thing is here. Appendix 1, the article of the Constitution. It is the most important thing. The article which are important, like article 74, 75, 110, 112, related Constitution. Read the article and all the provisions, means part 1, 1A, 1B, 1C, if there are things. Read all the articles of DPSP, read all the articles of fundamental right, read all the articles of fundamental duties. Okay, after that, subjects of union, state and concluded, very, very, very important. Table of precedence, just remember the important precedent, like Chief Justice of India, President, Prime Minister, not more than that. Oath you can ignore. Definitions under the Constitution, ignore. Constitutional amendments, it is the thing which is very much important. Just went through the important amendment, like 42nd Amendment Act. Okay, Allied Amendment, not important. Model Code of Conduct, not important. Flag Code of India, not important. appendix, president, vice president, prime minister, very much important. Who were the first president, who were the second president, like the chronology. UPSC questions on Indian polity, it is very much important. Remember my friend, whenever you will complete the book, this question will give you the answer whether you have read the book or not. Practice question, it is also with the word collection, means the question collection is very good. Okay, UPSC question on Indian polity, okay, practice question on Indian polity. These are the 4 important things which you have to read. Okay, sir, you are saying you are skipping most of the thing. What I told is that don't go on those chapters which are not very much important, like fundamental rights very much important, read through that. President is important, read through that. DPSP is important, read through that. They never asked about the text and liability of the constitution. They never about the review of the working committee of the constitution. So what is the need of them? The book is basically written for UPSC point of view, and I am suggesting the chapter which are important for WBCS purpose. And even I will try to give lectures, I will try to give videos on those topics where I mentioned my name. Okay, so have trust on me, read the book, read the important chapters which I have mentioned. Do share, like and promote the video. Give your opinion in the comment box. If you are not satisfied with me, then obviously you can put your comment in the comment box. If you are satisfied with me, you can give your comment also. Thank you very much for this wonderful session.